Macmillan Audio presents The Connellys of County Down, written by Tracey Lange, read for you by Barrie Kreinik. To all the O'Hares of County Down, especially Lewis O'Hare, R.I.P. Dad. Fairy tales do not give the child his first idea of bogey. What fairy tales give the child is his first clear idea of the possible defeat of bogey. The baby has known the dragon intimately ever since he had an imagination. What the fairy tale provides for him is a St. George to kill the dragon. G.K. Chesterton. Chapter 1. When the unit intercom buzzed and the cell door rattled open on its old metal track that morning, Tara breathed a heavy sigh of relief and swore it was the last time she'd ever hear that racket in her life. For 525 consecutive mornings, that noise had signaled the start to a day that looked just like the one before. Another day when she was told exactly what to do and exactly when to do it. She'd been restless most of the night, wired with anxiety. Until she walked out the door of that place, something could still go wrong. That wasn't likely. She had yet to see one woman's release date changed this late in the game. But that's how it was when she let herself want something so damn much. The closer she got to getting it, the more she doubted it. Jeannie had snored like a trucker, as usual, but Tara hadn't bothered nudging the upper bunk with her foot to get her cellmate to turn over and quiet down. It wouldn't have helped. When the alarm went off at 6:30 a.m., Tara was sitting on her bunk, back against the cinder block wall, knees pulled up to her chest. While she waited, she listened, peeled apart the sounds that fused together to create the early morning white noise of prison life. The ring of a telephone and the guard's distant conversation, echoes of a cough here and a clearing of a throat there, bodies turning over in their bunks, seeking, for the last few moments of rest, a comfortable position on a metal frame covered by a 2-inch mat. Less than an hour to go. They'd told her to be ready to leave her cell by 7:30, before morning roll call. The discharge process would be fairly quick, then her sister, Geraldine, would be waiting outside in the parking lot. Tara had hoped her brother would pick her up. Geraldine had a way of shredding Tara's nerves in short order. On their last phone call 3 days ago, Tara subtly asked about it. "I know how busy you are, Ger. Maybe Eddie could make the trip." But Geraldine shot that down, saying Eddie shouldn't lose a day's wages and rock the boat at work by asking for time off, never mind so he could pick his sister up from prison, she had added, whispering the last 2 words, no doubt in case anyone around her overheard. Jeannie started moving around above her, but Tara didn't get up right away. There was nothing for her to do at the moment. The running around had been done yesterday. Returning library books, tendering all prison-issued clothing and linens except for what she was wearing, stopping by medical to get cleared. She wasn't prescribed any pills to take with her. Unlike the majority of the women at the Taconic Correctional Facility, she'd managed to sidestep any dependence on drugs, prescribed meds, or contraband narcotics, though she'd started smoking cigarettes again, a habit she'd quit almost 10 years ago. Her packing was done, and she'd said most of her goodbyes the night before. It was more emotional than she thought it would be, saying goodbye to some of the girls. Prison made for unexpected friendships. There were women from all walks of life serving time at Taconic. Medium security was a catch-all for everything between white-collar and the most serious felonies. If someone committed fraud or laundered money, they generally went to minimum security, aka prison camp. If the crime was serious, the sentence long, and the person had priors, they usually did their time in maximum. Tara had hoped for minimum. Transporting stolen opioids was not a violent crime. But because it was across state lines and she had a previous assault charge on her record, the Bureau of Prisons points system dictated she do her time in medium. It worked out okay.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?